Supervive's alpha just released today, and needless to say, the game has a lot to think about, from items to powers to 14 different characters to learn. Instead of giving you a rundown of everything because everyone else is doing that, let's quickly discuss the 5 things I wish I knew when I first started way back playtesting a year ago, because I know you just want to play anyways. Perhaps the most important thing I learned was how easy it is to get spiked into the abyss while gliding. If you haven't learned the hard way, while gliding, if you get hit by anything, and I mean anything, you will get slammed either to the ground or to your death into the abyss. Needless to say, you'll want to try and avoid this by any means possible. Here's the problem though. What happens when you need to rotate over the abyss and need to use your glider too? Well, you'd be surprised at just how far of gaps you can traverse without even gliding. By jumping, you can get pretty far before falling and then mantle on the other side piece of land, launching your character upwards without even using your glider. Here's the thing though, sometimes it doesn't work like that. Sometimes it's just straight up better to use your dash to traverse the abyss. If that isn't an option though, try falling into the abyss and then use your glider for a very short amount of time. Then it will send your momentum up, giving you a lot more time while also preventing you from getting spiked like you can see on screen. This tech is pretty difficult to pull off though when you're first starting, but that's why there's a practice tool. Not only does knowing this save you some annoying deaths, it also sets you up to capitalize on new players over the abyss that don't know how to do this yet. So pop off, King! On the topic of popping off over the abyss though, something that is important to know is that when shooting a target that is gliding, you actually aren't supposed to aim for the character's body. You're supposed to aim for the character's silhouette above their heads. Yeah, I kid you not, it took me about half a year to figure this one out. You can thank me later. Next up, you will probably ask yourself at some point throughout your Supervive experience, what items am I supposed to be running right now? To answer that question, you can never really go wrong with a Tech Blade Mana Blade combo. But if you want a little bit of a deeper explanation, here we go. Blades do what you think they do. They boost your AP, which boosts your damage output. Helmets boost your health, but do not boost your damage. The only exception to this rule is the bladed helmet that boosts your health and your damage, just at a slightly lesser amount. Then there are a bunch of different categories that are pretty self-explanatory, from tech to mana to vamp, and there's a whole lot of others that they might even add. Realistically, if we're talking about min-maxing your character, it's gonna come down to the meta and number crunching. But who cares about that right now? The game is legit in alpha. Pick up your Mana Blade and Tech Blade and just dominate the lobby already. Another thing that made absolutely no sense to me was how the levels worked in Supervive. Levels are capped based on how long the game has been going on. This is denoted below your map HUD. The number next to the lock sign denotes what level you can get to by killing mobs around the map. This changes every day in game. The easiest way to exceed a day's level cap is by eliminating other enemy players. So if you see a team running around at level 5 with their ultimates on the first day cycle, know that they probably just dunked on a few teams and are bloodthirsty. You can also exceed the level cap by picking up books in chests at the stacks location or by killing very specific enemies, but this is far less common. The last thing I wish I knew before playing Supervive is what I'm supposed to do with all that gold I get while defeating mobs around the skylands. Gold is a really strong resource in the game when you know how to use it properly. It can be used to repair your armor at campfires, pick up said campfires, but most importantly, be used at shops located around the map. Key things you want to look to buy almost every single game include green armors for 2k, blue armors for 6k, and 5 brew if you didn't get the chance to brew your Vive beans at the campfire after a big team fight. Don't be that guy that opens the mystery box repeatedly while your friends open all the doors though. Press caps lock and see how much gold your team has before spending 6k on a blue armor while the rest of your friends are stuck on a gray armor. At shops, you can also click the middle mouse button on an item to request gold from your nearby teammates if you're a little bit low. But if this isn't your style, you can just dump all of it by right-clicking the icon on the bottom left of your screen. Okay, one last tip. I can't let you go without having an honorable mention, but I swear I'll make this quick. If you walk into the Heart Res Orb or the Res Orb located in Kobayashi's, you will die. instantly. That being said, you can boop enemies into the orb that think they are safe with knockback abilities or air blast, and it is absolutely hilarious. And that wraps up the tips you should know before playing your first game of Supervive. If you still don't have a key or have any questions, I will be streaming with Twitch drops every day this week and for all upcoming playtests at twitch.tv/PazSwagger. Channel members will also get all of the videos I have scheduled for this week early, so if that is something you're interested in, check it out. Aside from that, thank you all so much for watching, but until next time, I've got to peace out and Paz out. I'll see you in the next one.